Hi guys, it's me, ZombieJack999, back again for another video, and this time we're going to do kind of a little mini-series, I'd like to say, depending on how well this video goes. So, in this episode, there will probably be more episodes coming up, don't worry about it. If you guys want more, I'll do more, but the idea of the series is going to be two characters from The Walking Dead, maybe not two, but maybe even more, but mainly two characters from The Walking Dead having a battle to the death against each other, and I'm going to say in my opinion who I think would win. So in this episode we're going to be doing DARYL versus Rick. I don't know if I said that at the start, I might have, but yeah, let's get straight into this. So what I think would happen, alright, let's describe both of the characters first. So Rick, as you know, he's gone through a lot. He's had Laurie die, he's had that girl die from Alexandria, I can't remember her name, sorry, and yes, he's gone through a lot. He's been shot in the arm, as you saw then in the Escapist Walking Dead, and how he's evolved. Now, if we do it from how they are now in the TV show, I'd say Rick is not exactly at his strongest, because he's going, if you haven't seen the latest episode, go check that out first, but he is weak now. Like, Negan has made him weak. Rick has not. He tries to put up a fight against Negan, but he can't do it. He breaks down in tears. But I would still say he is a pretty strong and independent character. He could still kick some undead ass, if you know what I mean, but DARYL has not been kissing up to Negan at all. He's completely been fighting, but that's a completely different story, because, to be honest, Rick has got his police training in hand-to-hand combat and ranged weapon combat. Now, for doing this with weapons, I would say DARYL has the mid-range kind of advantage, but Rick has the long-range advantage, because of his training to be a police officer. Now let's get to DARYL. So DARYL has tough as nails, as everyone knows, America's baby pretty much. He's the child of America. Well, not really the child, he's pretty much the king of America, to be honest, as we all know. So, let's talk about combat. As we all know, DARYL's tough as nails. He can fight a lot of fights. I mean, it's not like he's gonna get killed by any random Joe. He's probably gonna be the one killing that random Joe. So, DARYL in hand-to-hand combat is really good, but I would say in hand-to-hand, I'd say Rick has the advantage just in his police training in combat, up close, if you know what I mean. Because DARYL, yeah, he's had a lot of training in combat, but not as trained as a police officer. So, if we're doing this with the weapons of each person, I would actually give it to DARYL, only because Rick is good with his weapon, but I think DARYL, with his crossbow, would probably be able to. Oh, also DARYL's a great tracker as well, isn't he? As well, if you remember back in season 1, where tracking Sophia, he was quite good at that, and tracking deer, if you remember in episode 1. Yeah, I would say, in my opinion, I think DARYL will be able to get to Rick by following his tracks without Rick noticing him, just because of his hunting and tracking technique. But if we're talking about hand-to-hand combat, I would say Rick has the overall advantage. If you've seen the show as well, you've seen what he's done to win in hand-to-hand combat. If you remember back in season 5, I think it was, when DARYL was in the biker group, whoever those guys were, I can't remember the names, but when Rick was stuck towards the guy, he had nothing to do. Most people wouldn't be able to do anything about that. But Rick was able to bite him in the neck and rip out a part of his neck. And that is no easy feat. I mean, you gotta have a good jaw for that. I mean, yeah, but I would say, plus Rick's police training and hand-to-hand combat. Speaking of hand-to-hand combat, Rick has the overall advantage, but he still wouldn't be able to just take DARYL down at all. He would still have a hard time, but I've got to go for Rick on hand-to-hand combat. But if it's out in the woods just hunting down each other, DARYL's definitely got the upper hand, because he's also got his silent weapon, hasn't he, as well. So if he did get attacked by a walker in the middle of it, if that was to happen, Rick still wouldn't know. But DARYL would know where Rick is anyway from his tracking ability. But I would say, overall, just if they had, like, even if they did have the weapons or not, and they were just in an open field, I think Rick would be able to get the kill on DARYL. I know what people are thinking, oh, but DARYL's a badass, he can't die. Well, to Rick he probably can, because I'm just gonna get a list of why Rick would beat DARYL, and DARYL would only just lose to Rick. 1. Rick has special police training. 2. Rick was a sheriff before the zombie apocalypse. 3. Rick is trained in using armed weaponry and fighting just people, really. And 4. Hand-to-hand combat, he's been trained in that as well. And 5. He's tough as nails anyway. I think most people know that if you've seen the show. But yeah, that's what I think. That was me, Zombie Jack, my opinion. You should leave a comment down below. Who do you think would win? Rick or DARYL? I'm not gonna say I'm 100% right. I mean, this could actually happen in the show for some reason. But that is my opinion. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.